Hello, everyone. Today's episode is going to be talking about we're going to be talking about e-commerce seller from outside the U.S. selling in the U.S. market. What what things need to get started? How can he get started? Where should he get started? And the steps when he gets started, where to look for? Should he do private label or retail arbitrage? So basically, to get started in the USA, most states are like that, is you need a US address, especially in the state you wanna start your business in. And I recommend you find states that don't have income tax, no income tax, because you don't wanna, you know, be bothered with any income tax within the state. You just wanna focus on the federal level, because in the US there's federal, and state taxes. And these are two different tax rates. Depends on the state. So one, find no income tax state. You do that, good step. Second, once you do that, you get a US address. So a lot of my clients, I try to set them up in Florida or Texas, big states that don't have income tax. One, because these states are really big. So when you scale, you're gonna have sales tax already, no doubt. So, most of the time you're gonna have sales tax in those states. So what might as well set up in Florida. It's a big state. It's easy to set up. It's not hard. And then get a US address. Three, get a LLC. LLC is easy to set up. And four, get an EIN number. EIN number. You do that, so you have your company set up already, right? So once you have your company set up, your next step is to open an Amazon account. So Amazon, they ask you for your tax ID, US address, and also set up your bank. Bank is very important. Most sellers that I know work with use Payoneer. You might have a different, or Stripe. You might use different ones, but these are the most popular among sellers outside the US, or mainly outside the US. But some UK clients I have banks that are from the US and then from their country. So it's easy for them to establish any bank they want. But most of the time it's Payoneer and Stripe. So you set up these two, those things you set up, and you're good to go. You open an account on Amazon, and then there's two ways of doing business on Amazon. There's private label, and then there's retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage. And they are very different from each other. Totally different. Retail arbitrage is something you can pick right now that's selling, is doing good, it's a nice niche, the brand is already created, you just have to buy it, ship it to Amazon, and they sell it for you. Private label, on the other hand, it's a baby steps. You create your brand, you create your trademark, packaging, the design. There's a lot of nuances going to private label, but it's yours. It's yours for forever. It's your baby. So I recommend that if you're starting out and you don't know what you want to start, when you want a private label, and private label takes a lot of pre-investment, like investment beforehand, before you do anything, it's a lot of investment. So if you're not sure and you don't want to get into a product that you might lose thousands of dollars, it might not sell, you know, and if it doesn't sell, you cannot resell it to anybody. Nobody wants your private label. Who are you? It doesn't exist. So I recommend going to retail arbitrage. Go on tactical arbitrage. Find any product you want that's sold online. They sell it online, and then you ship it to a non-sales tax state. So when you buy something for $1 from an online store, they don't charge you sales tax when you ship it to, let's say, Oregon or New Hampshire. And some states, I mean California or Michigan, is 6% sales tax. You don't pay that. You're off the hook. It's a nice way. But when you buy it, you cannot. So when you buy it, you have to have a prep center in place to ship to. So first, you start open an account with tactical arbitrage, right? You find the item that you want to buy, the winning item you want to buy, and then you contact a prep center in a non-sales tax state. That's if you're outside the U.S. You cannot ship it back to your country and then ship it to Amazon. It'll be too much money. It cost effective. But if you are outside the U.S., that's the best way possible to do it. You found a prep center that has no sales tax state. You ship those products to that state prep center, and they prep it for you. Obviously, probably charge you $1 a piece, and then they ship it to Amazon. And that's it. Simple as that. I mean, I have people that make, six figures a year that live in, small countries, third world countries. So that's a great way to get started. And doesn't cost much. You can buy something for $1,000, and you know 100% that this sells. You know 100%. Just do it that way. You don't have to worry about it. But then, when you want to do private label, it gets a little trickier. It takes longer time. Private label is a branding, brand name. You have to choose it. There's ways to choose a brand name, just not any brand name. Packaging, um, very important packaging. Advertisement is a big budget for you because people don't know your product, your brand. You want to advertise it, you know? So that's a big, big budget for you for your brand to make it big. And competition. If you sell something that is very similar to yours brand, some people might come in and say you try to copy my product. They might sue you and try to block you on Amazon. So that's a big problem on Amazon. People get blocked because they copy other products, or the original guy saw it and he complained to Amazon and they block him. There's a lot of games on Amazon. It's played this way through private label. So that's a big deal, issues with Amazon. So after you do all that, what's how you become compliant? You know, with 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 U.S. laws, how are you gonna be paying taxes? How are you gonna be stay compliant and not come after you. So there's a couple of things that you have to understand. Something called 5472. That if you are an outside, a non-US resident, and you do business in the USA, you have to file Form 5472. And if you don't do that, there's a $10,000 fine. So it's hard to do it on your own. You have to hire a CPA, advisor, a lawyer to do the right way. And then, so this is the federal side. This is once a year. Once a year. And then there's also withholding that you have to pay out every quarter. But if you're a first year starter, you don't have to do that because you don't know exactly how much you can be making. But you still can do it and not pay fine. But withholding also as a foreign owner, 21% of what you expect to make this year. If you expect to lose money, then you don't have to do any withholding. But if you expect to make money, let's say you expect to make $100 as profit, you pay 21% of that. So $21 divided by 4 quarters. That's like five and a quarter. Every 3 months. You pay five and a quarter every 3 months to the IRS. And then by the end of the year, if you do make $100, you owe nothing. So that's very important to know. Third, the state level. The state level is very important. That's why we chose a non-income state to file and to start our LLC, because we don't have to worry about doing income state filing, right? But the sales tax, which is almost 45 states have sales tax. 45 states. So when you grow, or if you already established business, you want to look at that and see, okay, am I in compliant? Do I have sales tax in certain states? Do I have to pay sales tax? States don't really care about who you are. They want to care, okay, if you are a company and you sell, and then people buy from people in our state buy from you, and then if you, especially with the new economic sales tax law, you are liable to collect sales tax. So for example, let's say you got started or you already established seller on Amazon, and for example, like the new economic sales tax law is, most different states has different threshold, but some of them, well, in Michigan, for example, economic sales tax law. The premise is that number of transactions and then amount of sales. A lot of states have 200 transactions and $100,000 of sales. So what that means is that if 200 people buy from you in certain states, like Michigan is like that, you are on the hook to collect sales tax and pay the state the following month. So whoever comes first, you get on the hook, right? So you need somebody on your side that understands this stuff, right? To help you, guide you through filing, compliant, and all that. There's money to be made, but don't let those things scare you, because it's not. This doesn't cost you much. To be compliant doesn't cost you much. Like to do sales tax, file and all this stuff, you can use TextJar or a Valera, and they don't cost much. You $20 a month, and then for every filing it's $20. So if you're making, six figures, seven figures in profits or in sales, but you're still making, about $50,000, $100,000 in profits, it's a very good, you know, income for you. So $20 a month is not a big deal, right? And it's not hard to get started, to start making money. There's a lot of people do that. So if you have any questions, comment below. I'll answer them. Please like the page, comment, like it. If you don't like it, let me know you don't like it, or do the thumbs up and thumbs down, and then we'll see you next episode.